12 points, but it didn't feel like a 12-point game, especially that like after the first quarter. You just dominated, I thought.
Yeah, well, to keep the highest scoring team in the comp to 0 points in the first quarter was a good way to build our game. I thought our closing space to tackle was very good, and our defenders stood up across the middle of the ground, which prevented them from looking dangerous, which is what you worry about when you play the Crows. But yeah, inaccuracy was definitely prevalent, and we got the 20 points. It felt like you had a couple of opportunities to almost put them out of the game, but we couldn't do it, and then they probably spared us a bit of grief with a couple of missed shots as well. But no, we're wrapped. We kept them. Was it 52 points? There was a very talented group of players out there for Adelaide today, and I thought the group really embraced how we needed to play against them to try and get the game on our terms.
I started to think about, this best team doesn't win the game because you left a door for them, as you said, just a little bit ajar.
Yeah.
Did you start to think about, well, this mightn't go the way we were supposed to?
You always do. This job can do funny things to your mind, but I've got amazing confidence and belief in this group when in tight situations. I think it's our 15th game, and I reckon 14 of them have been game on at three-quarter time. So our group have got used to being in those situations, whether it's even, just behind, or just in front. And when they kicked their first goal last, we responded straight away. It was really strong signs, and I thought we just got outmarked a bit late when they're long kicks, and they look dangerous going to say 50. But when you're playing the top of the table team, they're going to have a couple of surges at you. So I thought we stood it pretty well, but we definitely left the door ajar there for periods.
In the last month, you've beaten the top of the table teams. You don't like to hear it, but flag favourites, I've written that you should be, you deserve it. What do you think about it?
I think that at the halfway mark, we were a really competitive team that didn't know how to close out games and had the belief and sustain the way we play for long enough. But we embraced what that first half of the year looked like and how they felt about the situation. There was a lot of, we're an almost team, we're frustrated because we're a 75% team. And I think we've done a good job in the last 6 weeks to be under pressure in various ways and keep finding a way. And there's been some challenges. Port away, Eagles away, Sturt who were playing well here, North Adelaide who were playing well, South Adelaide I think have been excellent in the last 6 weeks as well. Then Adelaide have been the form team with North Adelaide for the whole year. So it's been a challenging 6 weeks, and the guys they embrace those challenges. I'm really pleased with them. I've had this stance with you for a couple of years that I'm not allowed to follow. I'm about how you play and about where your game's at, and really thorough audit on that the whole time. And we've got some players who've improved. We've got some players we've experimented with, and some strategy we've experimented with in this last 6. And it's been good because the players are open to it. So I like watching us play. I think that we've been under pressure in various ways over 6 weeks, but generally we've been able to stand up to it.
What's the next move for Boyd? Now he's a ruck rover. What's your plans?
Well, we rate Strawn really highly, his capability in the ruck, and Boyd's had an outstanding year. And Luke's become a real acquisition because he's a very good centre bounce ruckman, and we just felt Harry's one of our best get after the ground ball after his initial hit outs anyway. So we experimented, and we thought it had really good effect. We thought Luke's jumping at the centre bounce was good, as was Harry's when he did it, but it's just something else we know we can go to when we need to. And Harry Boyd's attitude, his leadership, his openness to us trying things has been exemplary. That's why he's having such a good year.
Confidence comes from wins, but you can see the team's playing with a lot of confidence, mate, can't you? The way they move the ball and tackling and stuff, you can't downplay the confidence that brings, that sort of stuff.
No, it's an expectation, and it's what people are probably seeing from our group recently is it's something that's just clicked the fingers. We've been training it for a long time, and we demand it from our players, and they love doing it, and they know that it's a way that stacks up in big games. And so I'm really pleased with how much they put it out there, that our people come watch us play. I think they're generally pretty confident. They know they're going to get a competitive unit, and being able to probably put a bit more scoreboard pressure on when we have those really good contest wins, which is something we probably lacked at various times last year and early this season. But the capacity to score off a really good contest win is really important in this competition. I think we're improving. Still got a bit of way to go.
But you can take out Panos and they can still perform like that, the team,
which
is a good sign.
Been the other challenge, Warren. We've lost over the last 5 weeks Lowe, Wilkins, Cotter, Nunn and Panos, and we've been able to bring in people who've been able to come and play a part, and hopefully all those guys will come back at some stage. But it's going to be a tough team to get into because we like to reward selection, especially if you play a part that you keep playing. So it's been hard for those guys with generally medium to long-term injuries, and we're going to get them conditioned well enough to be ready to go. And Panos is one, but as is Nunn, as is Wilkins, as is Cotter, who's very good for us, and Lowe's been pretty handy as well. So hopefully we can integrate them back in after this bye.
I forgot about Nunny, sorry. So you've got some big names. You've got these other blokes coming into the team, standing up, doing the job. come finals time, and you talk about hard decisions for the team, but it must be good for the club. It's a great situation to be in it.
Yeah, I think most other coaches in this competition would say you like to have a deeper, thorough list that you can go to when times of need, and we like to reward selection at reserves level, and we've got 3 players in Wagner, Jai Larkins and Mac Bauer who could happily put their hand up and say they validate selection, but the spot's not there at the moment. So we gave Pasco the chance this week with Panos going out because we feel as though that's what the team balance required. So that depth's important, but reintegrating these guys back in when they're fit, not just because it's a nice name to have on the board,
Yeah.
it's make sure the conditioning's there.
Thanks, mate.
Anyway.
Good job, buddy.